guys, welcome back to an NRL Fantasy Scout YouTube channel. It's Artemis here, and today I'll be going through my updated team reveal, or my second draft of my team. From 2 weeks ago, I think, was the last time I posted my first draft. So, at the time of recording right now, the trial match between Souths and Manly is still going on. But there has been quite a bit of news over the past couple of days. The main one with Cleary being suspended for 2 matches, which we found out yesterday, 3 if he challenges it and loses. And it's caused quite a bit of chaos, especially for myself, and I'm sure with a lot of the Cleary owners as well. Purely because I was actually pretty happy with the setup of my team before the Cleary news, but it's changed things a lot. I've had to shuffle a lot of players, so just before I start talking about some of the player choices, I would like to make it clear that it's definitely not my final team. There's a few positions actually that I'm not happy with at all, being my halves, but also my centers and wing fullbacks is quite weak as well. But I'll get to that in a bit. There's also, with this game going on, there could be some injuries. There's a few South boys that I've got in my team too. But I believe as well we'll be doing a final team reveal probably the day before round 1 on Sunday, or even make a post on Instagram. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But starting off with my team, so there's quite a few players that I've changed from last time. First one being I brought in Harry Grant and I've taken out Haywood. I was pretty keen on Haywood, but I'm not really keen on him anymore. He is definitely a value pick, and I might end up going back to him. I never know, but I'm just worried about his consistency. And in the trial match as well, him and Turpin were sharing minutes. Gordon was out with a HIA, but I assume that Gordon will be named in that 19-man bench for the Dogs, and there is a possibility that Hayward and Gordon will share minutes, but at the same time I do find it hard for either Mann, Hayes, Satili and Curran, who are the main bench guys, to miss out on playing. But for the moment I've gone with Grant. I don't really like any other hooker. The only other hooker I was looking at was Marnie, but I'm just a bit worried with the signing of Sonny Luke, if he takes minutes off him, but we'll know for sure on Tuesday when the team list comes out. So at the moment I've got Grant. As I said, that could change. Brandon Smith is my other hooker backup, and he's not leaving my team at all. Fingers crossed there's no injury in this match or suspension with him. But next we'll take a look at my mids. So I've gone pretty heavy with my mids. I've got Yo, Tino, Mooney, who kept the same with Colhoun, and the only player I've brought in is Payne Haas, and I've taken him out for Stewart. So with Cleary out, Haas is a must-have. I've got to have him in my team. He wasn't in my team initially. I did have a few drafts with Cleary and Haas, but my wing fullbacks and centers suffered a lot. So, but whether I have Haas for the whole season, I don't know. But he's there to start the season, definitely. I'd be pretty silly not to start him, and I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't. But yeah, I'm pretty heavy on my mids, and I feel that I've got to take either Yo or Tino out, and put that money towards my halves or my wing fullbacks. I've taken Stewart out because he was named on the bench in the trial match, and I'll wait and see where he's named on Tuesday. If he's named to start, I'll probably bring him in. Not too sure though, because it's a bit annoying. The Dogs Dragons match is the second match played, but yeah, he's out of my team for the moment, and if he's on the bench again, he's definitely not coming in. But in terms of other mids, I was looking at Stefano as well, but I would either have to take out Tino and or Yo. But I was also thinking too that I do want to save or have some money in the bank to bring in Cleary. So I was thinking maybe offloading one of those pretty expensive mids and bringing Cleary in. But I'm not sure yet. I know definitely one of them has to go. I'm just not sure how or when, whether it's now or I'll wait a bit. So we'll see with that for the mids. Now, with my edges, everyone's pretty much stayed the same from what I can recall. I do have 5 edges, so I'll be looking to offload one of them, just not too sure who. I know there's been a bit of chatter with Lasardi possibly not getting that starting edge role with Joe Chan, and if that happens, I don't think I'll be bringing in Joe Chan. McEwen as well, he might, I've done a few drafts with him out of my team, but I'll wait and see for team list on Tuesday. But if we do get news that Lasardi is getting that starting edge role, I'll probably take out McEwen. But I'll also be waiting and seeing what happens with Lukey as well. If he gets named in the starting team, I'll definitely be trying to bring him in. Probably maybe take him out for Lasardi. It's only 15k more, and there's a lot of question marks over Lasardi's role, so that's probably the move I'll make. Either that or take out McEwen, but still not too sure yet, but I feel definitely one of them needs to go. Moving on to my halves, like I mentioned earlier, they're pretty weak and I'm not happy with it at all, especially having Sanders and Brown as my starting halves for round 1. I'm not happy with that at all. But yeah, Cleary, he was originally my team, now he's out. I think if he was out for one game, I probably would have taken the hit and just have him in my team for round 1. But yeah, that was a plan. 2 games, I think it's a little bit difficult to have someone with 900k just sitting on the bench for 2 games. I don't think it's worth it. But I definitely plan on, if it's possible, having some money in the bank, like I mentioned earlier, to try and bring him in for round 3, because I definitely want to try get him in. I feel there is value with Cleary, and he's a must-have out of the 3, personally, but also the other boys feel that as well. But yeah, I know planning for future rounds, they never go to plan, because there is always something happening every week. But I brought in Dylan Brown for my starting halves. With Sanders, I did have Katoa after when I heard the Cleary was out. I did make some drafts with Katoa, and initially I was thinking of trading him out for Cleary round 3, but that does not make sense at all, because if you're going to have Katoa, you're going to have him there to start. You're not going to have him there for 2 games and just take him out. So there's a few other players. We've got Hughes, we've got Moses that I'll be looking at. Dewey's definitely staying in my team. It's just annoying with the round 1 bye, but it is what it is. Probably with the other options, I'm leaning more towards Hughes over Moses, but yeah, for that I'm not too sure. Sanders will definitely stay in my team. There is value there. Brown, I feel there is value. I think he got pretty much what he's priced at in the trial match against the Dogs, and I don't think they didn't score any points, and their attack is hopeless really. But for now, he's in my team. Not too sure if I'll take him out, but yeah, I'm in a little bit of a pickle with my halves, but definitely I'm going to bring in one solid half, especially for round 1 and round 2. Just not too sure who yet, and who I'll need to sacrifice to make that happen. But next, centers and wing fullbacks, they're both pretty weak. I had Herbie in my first team draft in the centers, and I just can't justify spending that much money on him, especially with Cleary out now as well. It might have been an option. I mean, with Cleary out, it makes sense why you'd put those funds towards bringing Herbie, but I just feel he's way too expensive, and I feel he's going to drop in price. Could be wrong, but the only other option was Carraz, who I was pretty keen on, but I'm not interested in him at the moment, especially to start, purely because round 1 it's a smaller field. He's got the bye round 2, and then he's got Canberra round 3, which might be a difficult fixture. Same with South, they're looking pretty good in round 5 as well. So the only other centre options really, I'm not too keen on any other ones apart from Capewell, and I actually laughed when Sandro mentioned him a couple of weeks ago when we did the podcast, but I've come to like the idea of having Capewell. I'm also considering going very cheap and taking out Capewell and going for Chester, because I've taken him out of my team. I had him originally, but I don't think I will go down that path. It will free up some funds, and I will be able to put that towards getting a premium winger. At the moment, I've got To'o, I've got Setutu, who will stay there, same with Logo, but I feel I need either a Reece Walsh. I've actually come to like Reece Walsh, especially after his match in the Club World Cup, or go with someone like Dylan Edwards, who I feel will get the kicking duties as well for round 1 and 2, so he might be a nice pick, but I'm just not too sure what I'll do yet. Penasini, I think he did pretty well. I think he got 43 base yesterday in the trial match, so he's staying in my team, but again, I feel he'll be putting up some inconsistent scores. So yeah, I'm not too sure with that. Macassini, I think he should definitely get that starting position in round 2. I'd be very surprised, same with a lot of other people. But like I mentioned earlier, if I bring in Chester for Capewell, it will mean I'll have Macassini, Chester and Setutu in my centres and wing fullbacks, and having 3 very cheap players, I'm not too sure how that will go, especially with the questions around his job security, whether he will have a spot come round 3. So yeah, but that's pretty much my team and my thoughts at the moment. I know there's a lot of changes to be made. It's still very fresh with Cleary, so I've still got a lot of time to think about it, and also as well, we've got the team list on Tuesdays, so hopefully things become a lot more clearer, especially with Lukey, Marnie, but yeah, a lot of researching, a lot of thinking, a lot of playing around with my team, seeing who I can bring in, how I can make that possible. I probably need to take out probably Grant, free up some funds there, but also in my mids too. I'll go into mid heavy, but we'll see what I end up doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We definitely will be doing a final team reveal probably Saturday, and if there's any last minute changes, because I know we made some last minute changes right before kickoff for Vegas last year, and we posted it on our socials, so make sure, I'm pretty sure we'll put a video out, so keep an eye out for that, but also keep an eye out on our socials, either game day or right before kickoff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys soon.